fight the real enemy.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the boldest moments ever broadcast live, whether they were epic comebacks, fearless acts, or brutally honest truths.
Stop. Stop hurting America.
Okay.
Number 10. Idina Menzel gets revenge on John Travolta. Everyone at the 2014 Oscars was shocked and confused when John Travolta took the stage and introduced someone named Adele Dazeem.
They said, oh, by the way, we've changed Idina's name to phonetic spelling. I went, but what do you mean? Go! So I go out there, and I get to her thing, and I thought,
Of course, we now know he meant Broadway queen Idina Menzel, but the internet did not let him off the hook easily. The jokes came pouring in, and while Travolta took most of the heat, Menzel didn't exactly escape unscathed.
And I got out there and I said, don't forget to breathe, and then he introduced me, and then for 8 seconds, I felt very sorry for myself.
The next year's ceremony, Menzel got her sweet, sweet revenge. While welcoming Travolta to present the Best Original Song award, she referred to him by the wickedly funny name Glom Gazingo. And that is a perfect Disney villain name if ever we've heard one.
You did an appearance with John Travolta after that, and you introduced him as Glob Glababa.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. No, he was totally cool, and he's been so apologetic for the years and game for anything.
Number 9. Wendy Williams snaps at audience member.
I'm sure Jen gets it. And you know what? She probably didn't. Somebody phone on? Yeah. Get out. Get out.
We've all been there before, sitting in a movie theater only for someone's phone to ring and ruin the moment. But while most of us may bite our tongue, Wendy Williams is certainly not one to hold back.
Turn that phone off now. Sir, ma'am, whoever you are.
The talk show host was in the middle of her Hot Topics segment during a taping in 2019 when an audience member's phone began to ring. The loud sound distracted Williams, prompting her to yell at the culprit to, quote, get out. Though she later admitted that her reaction might have been a bit dramatic, Williams stood firm on her rule that all phones must stay off.
Tickets are free, but when you come here, you must turn your phones off. I was being overdramatic, but kindly please turn your phone off.
If only every movie theater had its own Wendy Williams. Number 8. Kanye West interrupts Taylor Swift.
When you're living for the approval of strangers, and that is where you derive all of your joy and fulfillment, one bad thing can cause everything to crumble.
Taylor Swift is one of the biggest names in music today, selling out arenas and shattering records. However, back in 2009, she was still an artist on the rise when she won the VMA for Best Female Video. That night, Swift was nominated alongside Beyoncé, whom Kanye West believed was more deserving of the award. Rather than keep his opinions to himself, West jumped on stage during Swift's acceptance speech and grabbed the mic to voice his displeasure.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
The audience booed him off, and he eventually returned the mic to Swift, who looked shaken and unsure of what to say. Though Beyonce later invited her back on stage to finish her speech, this moment marked the start of a years-long feud between Swift and West.
It was so echoey in there. At the time, I didn't know they were booing him doing that. I thought that they were booing me.
Number 7. Patti LaBelle checks Rude Chef.
What is Patti saying over there?
She is causing trouble. Yeah, no, what makes you think I could eat the paper, boo? You can't eat the paper. No paper.
You don't come for a living legend like Patti LaBelle without getting served a reality check. In 2008, LaBelle appeared on the Tyra Banks Show for a baking segment alongside chef Lisa Lillian. As Lillian discussed a batch of cupcakes, LaBelle casually grabbed one and pointed out that she was holding it by the paper, not the cupcake itself. Somehow, the chef misinterpreted the comment and, in a tone that landed somewhere between patronizing and clueless, instructed LaBelle not to eat the paper.
This has paper on it.
Yeah, you can't eat the paper.
Nope.
Now, these are
but
made
you can
with...
touch them with your hands.
That is true.
The godmother of soul was not having it. She quickly cleared the air, making sure Lillian got the message loud and clear before moving on. Now that is what you call a chef getting cooked.
Are you okay?
Girl, yeah, but I don't need paper. I just made sure my hands were clean, and when I said to the audience, this is paper,
yes,
I meant that I'm not touching the actual cupcake, boo.
Oh, I see.
Number 6. Piers Morgan clashes with young trophy hunter. Animal trophy hunters aren't exactly the most beloved people on the planet, not even when they're kids.
I like hunting big game the way I do because it's something that my family has done for a long time, and it puts food on our table, and it puts food on others' tables.
In 2016, American youngster Ariana Gordine sparked controversy when her father shared pictures of her posing next to deceased animals. The two later appeared on Good Morning Britain, where they defended their strange hobby in a tense exchange with co-anchor Piers Morgan.
Mr. Gordon, with respect, there's not a shred of remorse in your daughter's face in these pictures. And I'm not addressing this to her because she's only 12 years old. She's a kid.
Morgan pointed out the irony of Gordine posing with her beloved pet cat while also celebrating the killing of wild animals. He then challenged them by asking how they would feel if he treated their cat the same way they treat other animals.
How would you feel if I came to your house one day and I hunted down your pet cat and I killed it and I then posted pictures of me celebrating the slaughter of your pet cat?
While Morgan got his point across, we doubt this uncomfortable exchange did much to sway the Gordine family. Number 5. Kanye West calls out George W. Bush. George W. Bush received a torrent of criticism for his administration's response to Hurricane Katrina. Perhaps the loudest came not from any political opponent or pundit, but from rapper Kanye West.
I hate the way they portray us in the media. If you see a black family, it says they're looting. See a white family, it says they're looking for food.
During a televised fundraising concert for hurricane relief in 2005, West deviated from the script and called out Bush directly. He first condemned how poorly black victims of the disaster were portrayed in the media before declaring that Bush didn't care about them.
The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
The moment left West's co-presenters, as well as millions watching from home, stunned. Bush later called it one of the, quote, most disgusting moments of his presidency, though many would argue there's stiff competition for that title.
So you told Laura at the time it was the worst moment of your presidency. Yeah. I wonder if some people are going to read that, and they might give you some heat for that. And the reason is this.
I don't care.
Number 4. Jon Stewart tears Tucker Carlson apart. It doesn't get more savage than a guest appearing on a talk show and getting it canceled shortly after.
Now what? Can I say something very quickly? Why do we have to fight?
That is exactly what Jon Stewart pulled off in 2004 when he went on CNN's Crossfire. Stewart was supposed to promote his satirical book, America, the Book. But as soon as he sat down, things veered completely off track.
I made a special effort to come on the show today because I have, privately, amongst my friends, and also in occasional newspapers and television shows, mentioned this show as being bad.
He used the opportunity to criticize hosts Tucker Carlson and Paul Begala, calling them, quote, partisan hacks for reducing important political debate to shallow arguments. The exchange quickly escalated into personal jabs, with Stewart mocking Carlson for wearing bow ties and, right at the end, likening him to a certain body part.
Now, this is theater. I mean, it's obvious. How old are you?
35.
And you wear a bow tie.
Yeah, I do. I do.
So this is...
No, I know.
We're not saying Stewart's words stung, but we've hardly seen Carlson in a bow tie since. Number 3. Mike Tyson bites off Evander Holyfield's ear.
And you know what? And you put your head like this, I did my head like this. So it's like you can see that I'm putting my ear, it's like I'm setting myself up.
Mike Tyson is without a doubt one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. But his career certainly hasn't been without any controversies. Known for his ferocious and intimidating tactics in the ring, Tyson took things to a whole new level during a 1997 match against Evander Holyfield.
He bit his ear. I can see the bite mark.
Okay. He bit his ear. He's out.
Telling Mark Ratner, head of the commission. Well, let me ask the doc. He bit his ear. Can you go on?
Yeah.
Holyfield, the defending champion, was already leading when Tyson abandoned all restraint and bit off a piece of his right ear. Though Holyfield was bleeding and clearly in pain, he opted to continue the match, only for Tyson to bite his other ear as well.
So we go back in, then all of a sudden, you bit this ear. And I wasn't the same one? No, it's a different.
This time around, the match was halted and Tyson was disqualified. He subsequently had his boxing license revoked, although he eventually got it back. Number 2. Sinead O'Connor rips the Pope's photo. In 1992, singer-songwriter Sinead O'Connor was outraged by the Catholic Church's mishandling of sexual misconduct cases, so she staged a ballsy protest.
Everywhere is war until there's no longer first-class or second-class citizens.
As the musical guest on SNL, she saw the show as the perfect platform to make her statement. During her second performance, O'Connor held up a photograph of Pope John Paul II, ripped it, and declared him, quote, the real enemy.
Of good over evil.
The moment took everyone by surprise, especially since she only brought out a child's picture during rehearsals. O'Connor must have been expecting some backlash, but the intense outrage that followed effectively derailed her once promising career. Years later, as the cases in the church came to light, many realized that O'Connor had been calling out a truth they just weren't ready to hear.
The message I am giving is that the church must be brought down, destroyed. Their days are numbered. They must be brought down.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock. At the 2022 Academy Awards, Hollywood's finest gathered to celebrate the best in film. But not even the most ingenious screenwriter could have dreamed up the night's most shocking plot twist.
Y'all know what happened to me. Getting smacked by Suge Smith. Everybody knows.
Will Smith was the frontrunner to win the Best Actor award for his acclaimed performance in King Richard. But shortly before his category came up, Chris Rock made an ill-fated joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, while presenting an award. The actor didn't receive the joke well and decided to hash things out by storming the stage, slapping Rock across the face and yelling expletives at him.
People I did it hurt. It still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ear.
As expected, Smith later won Best Actor, delivering a teary acceptance speech that doubled as an awkward apology to the Academy.
I was gone. I was, that was a rage that had been bottled for a really long time.
What's the most shocking moment you ever caught on live TV? Let us know in the comments below.
This is the most unbelievable spectacle I have ever seen. The first one was an amazing feat. The second one is disastrous.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.